Now, okay, before we get started into anything, I had a whole bit planned out. I had a whole
Okay.
bit, and you killed it within like 5 seconds because you had to admit something that I'm insulted by. So, how about you tell our beloved audience your fuck up before we continue?
My fuck up? What did I do?
You had one job.
Oh, yeah. I broke the one rule of this podcast and I did not experience Eurovision this year or any of the songs. So I am not prepared to talk about it today or at all. Didn't even look up a YouTube video of of a little summary. Nothing. I got nothing up here about Eurovision whatsoever, and I'm so sorry.
Boo.
Yes,
Boo.
shame,
It's honestly kind of
shame.
okay because Israel came second.
Ugh.
Oh, indeed. Oh my god.
Who
Uh,
came first?
First was I don't want to fuck this up. Oh no, I don't want to fuck this up. I think it was Bulgaria. It was a song called Bongaranga, and it slapped. It was amazing. It was Bulgaria. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah. We'll decide your punishment later. I just wanted to make sure we clarify that up front.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Ken broke the rules, and there will be punishment.
Yeah. You can do, I mean, there's a limit to what you can do, but I leave that into your capable hands.
I will figure it out over the next 2 to 3 hours.
That's right.
I'll think of something. Welcome to shooting the
Oh.
shit. We are here for was this our third episode? This is crazy.
Episode numero 3. I can't believe we've actually like kept a good schedule and actually kept doing this. Like, go us.
Yeah, I mean, us sticking to anything past the initial concept, that is fucking
It couldn't
crazy.
be. Never in our lives would we ever, but here we are, and I'm honestly quite proud of us. This has been really fun.
It has been. It has been. I will say before we continue, I'll do the bit anyway. I'm so sorry. I did not buy a costume for this one. I
It's
didn't buy a
okay.
costume. You see, I sometimes like I just I feel like I raised the bar a little too high. Like I feel like the expectation is now, okay, Brendan's gonna be dressed up for every single one. He's gonna look like
And
something. And
episode
yeah,
2 right out the gate, but we also did deal with Lord of the Rings right away, which leads to high demand.
it
And how can
does.
we top that truly?
It does. So while you committed the cardinal sin of not doing the only thing you were required to do, I also am guilty for not purchasing another $40 costume for this podcast. I am so sorry.
I guess we both learned our lessons today.
This podcast is down the shitter. Episode 3, we already fucked up.
And we're done. That's it. This is the end,
This
guys.
is
It
the
was
last
so
one.
great getting to do this with you. It was an honor.
It's over. Oh, okay. Well, Ken, how have you been the last month?
Oh, May. It was May. Yeah, May was May. That actually kind of shows you how that month went for me. How was your May?
Oh, it was brutal.
Yep.
It sucked. It was the
Yep.
worst.
I started like the TLDR of it is I started getting comfortable in working two jobs and doing school. And with my tendency to get migraines, we got a bad cocktail of shit, boys.
Mm.
But
Yeah, I can feel you on the two jobs part. That's brutal.
yeah,
I can't imagine putting school on top of that. That is
yeah, we're
tricky.
making some choices for the fall term. That's for sure. After this,
Understandable. Understandable. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Yeah, we've been, like I said before the pod, like we've been kind of deep into pride planning.
yeah.
Uh, it's just been a lot of work, and then it's been some vet visits and some car repairs.
Yep. Oh, I my
Yeah.
car got put in a shitter too.
Oh, did it?
Actually,
Oh
yeah.
no.
So I'm
What
right there with you.
what happened? Was it just like random stuff started failing, or?
The as far as I'm aware, the transmission is messed up, and apparently that is a common known issue with specifically my year and model of car.
Oh.
So Yeah, I'm going to take it to like 2-4 to see if they can do anything about it, but if not, I'll figure something out. But not having a car right now sucks.
That's brutal. Yeah, that
But
sucks.
your car got had to be put in the garage, and poor sweet Lily,
Yeah, so
diabetes.
Lily might have the old diabetes. We're not 100% sure yet. We have another vet visit in July. The last thing we did was test our blood sugars. We went to the vet last week to do it, and the consensus was we have no idea, uh,
Oh wow,
because it wasn't really high enough to like be concrete diabetes, and it wasn't low enough to be like she doesn't have it. So
that's so
yeah, it's weird. It sucks. But whatever. She's doing fine. She's here
figuring it out.
sitting behind me, lounging. So
And
Lily's
as
being
long as she's
Lily.
okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter if our months were shitty and busy and stupid because we did get a Nintendo Direct today. Uh,
We did.
that is, from what I've seen on Blue Sky, also shitty and stupid.
Damn. The only thing I've seen about the Nintendo Direct so far, because I didn't even know it was happening today, was two things, which was the Ocarina of Time remaster, remake, whatever they're calling it.
Sure.
No, it wouldn't be a remaster, it'd be a remake. And um they released, even though State of Play happened a couple of days ago or last week or something,
Mhm.
Square Enix dropped the Kingdom Hearts 4 announcement for Nintendo instead of that, which I found rather interesting.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was a strange decision. Yeah.
it was actually, sorry, now that I think about it, it was probably because they dropped part 3 of Final Fantasy during
Oh,
State
they
of Play.
yes, yeah, which makes sense. I think
Yeah,
for them.
so break it up.
Still don't understand why you wouldn't also announce Kingdom. I guess it's a Square Enix. Like it's up to them. I
Yeah,
suppose. I don't know.
and who knows what type of, especially with Kingdom Hearts being connected to like other corporations and stuff like that, who knows what kind of deals they got in like with regulations and stuff like that when it comes to advertising.
Yeah, it's always been in a strange place. I know that for sure with the Disney tie-ins and whatnot. So that could also have something to do with it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
But
but I mean, I know there was obviously specific things we wanted to talk about with this direct. I know you were itching to talk about Kingdom Hearts 4 a little bit.
just a little bit, but
Just a
like
little bit.
what about you? What were some of the other stuff that was announced?
So to be honest, I'm looking through it because again, I didn't really have a chance to watch it today because I honestly was building a barbecue this morning. Uh,
Nice.
I um just kind of flicked through some of the articles people have posted. The things that stand out to me mostly, I will say, I am like half interested in this Final Fantasy Resonance game. Have you seen this one?
No.
It's like a HD 2D Final Fantasy game that's, I guess, like I'm gonna assume it's telling its own story in like the vein of like Final Fantasies like probably 4 to 6, like the pixel ones.
Right.
But it looks to be that you can like summon characters from other Final Fantasy games, which like is a little lame. I
Yeah,
don't
like
care about that all too much,
whatever.
but like we'll see. If it's good, I'll pick it up. If it's not, I'll leave it.
Yeah.
There's a new Dragon Quest Monsters, which is cool. This one looks like very very kiddie in my opinion, like it, which is
Yeah.
cool. I'm fine with that. The last few, like the Joker games in particular, have been a little more like I wouldn't say they're not kiddie, they are, but it's a little edgier.
Mm.
The Duskbloods, of course, we got a little bit on that. I actually haven't watched the
Okay.
trailer for it yet, but I'm there's going to be a network test in the summer. It's not going to make me pick up a Switch 2, unfortunately, because to be
No.
honest, like the way they've treated their current multiplayer game, I don't necessarily love. So I'm not sure how this
Yeah.
one will do.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a system seller for the Switch 2. I have
That
my doubts,
sucks.
unfortunately. Um, Yeah, I mean, other than that, it looks like just a bunch of other shit that wasn't on the Switch 2 has come to the Switch 2. You have Metaphor, Refantasio. You have I saw Deltarune there. I'm pretty sure Deltarune's already. I don't know what they're talking about. The
Yeah.
only thing I genuinely give a fuck about is One Piece Gourmet. One Piece Grand Gourmet. Have you seen
Is
this?
it a no? Is it a cooking game? Is it a cooking
It
game?
is a One Piece restaurant simulator in like 16-bit pixel art. It looks sick. This
Oh
looks like
no,
so
I
much fun.
I need a Switch too.
So this is on the Switch One, thankfully, as well.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
so yeah, so thankfully we're good. We're okay.
Okay.
Um,
Are
Imagine that
are you
being the one that
playing?
makes you buy the system.
Yeah, literally. Oh, dead ass done. I'll spend $600 for a silly little One Piece game. My question is, do you play as Sanji or do you just play as some random person?
So Sanji is obviously like heavily involved. I think
Yeah.
from the trailer I watched, it seems like you play as like a new chef who's working on the Baratier 2 with Sanji, like directly under Sanji. And like there's 400 One Piece characters that'll come visit your restaurant. You see them like all walking around in the trailer. It's like Kizaru sitting at the same table as like Kaido. It's insane. It's so
This is
fucking crazy.
this is everything I want it to be, and more. I
Yeah.
want this
Yeah,
now.
this looks like fun. So that's but like if that's the only thing that's got me sold on this direct, that's probably not a good sign. But you, again, you actually have something to care about here, so please divulge.
So what's kind of crazy is, um, as soon as the trailer dropped, I a friend sent it to me immediately. My brother sent it to me immediately, and then you messaged me immediately and was like, "I guess we're gonna talk about this." And my brain was so like I stared at the links for like way too long, and there was a part of me that's like, "This isn't real." I don't know why, but I was just like, "This isn't real." And then I pressed it, and I am personally really excited to see where they're going with Kingdom Hearts. They're going way more down the route of Final Fantasy, which I'm not mad about at all because, especially with my biggest gripes with Kingdom Hearts 3 being usually surrounded how Disney dealt with everything and like that whole bullshit, um, it doesn't surprise me that they're trying to veer away from that and start actually dealing with like the story bits that they're doing with like their mobile game and like the actual shit that's going on all the time while Sora's having a fun little la-di-da time and like Alice in Wonderland or whatever. Um, so I'm very interested in that. The gameplay looks good. It looks like an amalgamation of again of like whatever they're doing in 7 remake, they're also being like, "Hey, think about
Hmm.
these things." Freaking like you can tell in that too, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. And with Kingdom Hearts, and sometimes the best way to experience Kingdom Hearts is to not question it and to just accept it. I am not one of those people that go on mad theory dives to like try and connect things. It's Kingdom Hearts. I'm going in for a good fun time, for the lightness, for the darkness, and because
Hmm.
friends are my power.
Yeah, the shonen. It always goes back to that shonen. I mean, to be honest, it's the same type of people that are trying to constantly connect the Zelda timeline. It's like it's a
Yes.
fruitless endeavor. Just stop. Just stop. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Nomura doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't have a plan. He's just doing whatever he wants to do and then also bringing in the contract for Disney. Like, I don't know what you guys want.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, there's only, and again, like we said before, there's only so much you can do within, like, I'm assuming, within that, like, weird contractual obligations they have with Disney. So, like, there's always going to be a limiting power on, like, what Kingdom Hearts can be and can't do. In this
yeah.
case, like, again,
And
I haven't watched the trailer, but I'm assuming there's, like, a bit of a showing of, like, ooh, this is the Disney part of it. Or is it all, like,
so so have you watched the first trailer that dropped for the Kingdom Hearts announcement where it's
Nope.
him like waking up in a okay. So in Kingdom Hearts 4, it's set in like I'm gonna say like a real world, like the real world.
Oh.
Like Sora wakes up in a city with like regular people, and Sora looks like they all look like Sora. Sora looks way more real. They're going with a way more realistic kind of look. Like when I say Final Fantasy, like I am thinking about the remake and
Mm,
how like just how they do that type of stuff. Um, but um, but yeah, and he's in this city, and it actually connects to, if I remember correctly, Yozoro is also in it. Yozoro being a secret boss that you can play in the DLC Remind for Kingdom Hearts 3. He is mentioned in the Toy Story 3 world as like a cool video game character, and you get like sucked into the video game and then you like do little fights or whatever. But in the DLC, when we do all the data fights and stuff like that, the final fight is Yozoro, who is a impossible like it. The beauty of the Remind DLC was that it made Kingdom Hearts hard again, which
right.
is both a blessing and a curse for me because thank you for making it a little bit more difficult because 3 gets really boring after a while. But also, fuck you because I'm not good at that game. But anyways, all this to say, Sora's in like a real life city or whatever, and in that first trailer, we don't see Donald, we don't see Goofy, we don't get a glimpse of any of the Disney stuff. We just see a
Wow.
little trailer of Sora fighting like a big Heartless and like a swarm of Heartless and stuff like that. This trailer showed one of the like cloaked figures talking, and it showed some characters from the app, from the game that they made, Kingdom Hearts X or Kingdom Hearts Chi, whatever it was called, where like you can make your own little person, and it was like a prequel to like the entire world. It was a silly little game. I had quite some fun playing it, but like it was full of like genuine lore, and I still don't comprehend all of it, and it even gets connected into 3. But anyways, there's some people from that in 4, and then they just showed some more gameplay, which again looks really fun. It looks very smooth. It looks like it's just them perfecting what they were doing in 3, um, and making it look again a bit more of that realistic, a bit more of a serious tone kind of situation. But we did get a glimpse of Donald and Goofy surrounded by blue fire. So Olympus is obviously going to be back. Olympus is in
That's
every game.
yep. Makes sense.
But I'm kind of curious of how they're going to split it up, is if it's going to be Sora doing whatever he's doing and then Donald and Goofy doing like stuff in
Mm,
like the Disney worlds. Like I wonder if they're going to split it up in that way. I don't know. Because I also don't
yeah.
understand how Sora got here. We don't know if this
No.
place is real or not because of all the fucking bullshit that happened at the end of 3. And like, yeah, I have no sweet clue at all what's happening, but I'm excited and I'm just glad I got more news.
Typical Kingdom Hearts shit where you have no idea what's going on, and even when you play it, you're probably not going to get much
Yeah.
further in that endeavor.
Yeah, but it looks
Yeah.
pretty and it's really fun, and
Yeah.
I love Sora, so
I'm glad you're getting your Kingdom Hearts.
me
I
too. Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just glad. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Um
I'm
yeah.
glad. Everybody should be because it's Kingdom Hearts, and um what again, we've kind of talked about how growing up is wild a little bit
Yeah.
through talking about like things that we talk consume and stuff, but like two things that always surprise me when I talk about it, and they're like, "Oh, I really love this too. I grew up being obsessed with this." One of those is Kingdom Hearts, because in my head, especially growing up, like nobody else played Kingdom Hearts. Like I found
Yeah.
out about the games through my brother, so like nobody around me knew what I was talking about, and like whatever. And then all of a sudden, now that I'm an adult with people that I've never really talked to before, everybody's like, "Oh man, Kingdom Hearts is the best
Oh
game
yeah.
ever," and I'm like, where was this a decade ago, 2 decades ago? Like, come on.
Honestly, it's
But
when you yeah, it's a lesbian thing. All the lesbians love Kingdom Hearts. It's true.
um, I would, I absolutely, and I would argue just like the queer community as a whole, because once
Yeah.
again, my friends are my power. Especially if you grew up liking Disney.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it hits for especially those folks, which not me, but
No.
I respect those games. They're cool. I
Yeah.
guess. Sort
So,
of. As cool as Disney gets, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Better than some of their other stuff.
Certainly. Um,
Yeah.
the only other thing I want to talk about from the Nintendo Direct, and then I know you also want to move on to something from the State of Play that we need to
Yeah.
address as well.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Ocarina of Time announcement? I watched the trailer about an hour ago, and yeah, I've mixed thoughts.
So I haven't seen the trailer for it yet. I've only seen like I scrolled on social media for like 2 seconds and I saw screenshots.
Mm,
Because I saw literally somebody doing like the breakdown of like the original 90s one, then the remake that happened on the 3DS, and then this one. And I do like the fact that they like revamped it from the ground up. Like it wasn't just another remaster to like make it like they decided, no, we need to make this into a full new game.
yeah.
But other than that, that is like the extent of my knowledge on it. And I'm gonna be excited for it because fun fact, Ocarina of Time is the first game I ever fully beat on my own.
Oh shit, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I did not know
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
That is a yeah, wow. Um well, I'm happy for you. I also am not happy about this at all. I don't think.
Okay, tell me all about it.
So, okay. So like we get this we've got a lot of announcements from whatever, what was it? Summer Games Fest, I guess was the thing. And then State
Okay.
of Play, which we'll talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
And even maybe not so much with the Nintendo Direct. Again, I'm not
Mm.
looking at the list, but I'm kind of really fucking sick of remasters and remakes. I'm
Okay.
fucking done,
Okay.
man.
On that point, absolutely, I
Yeah.
totally get it. Yes, because one of the things too that I saw that somebody was like, "Oh, are you excited for this?" That I don't really give a shit about is in the State of Play they're doing a remaster of Resident Evil Veronica, which makes sense because Resident Evil
Interesting.
9.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
but
is okay. I know I just said it, but that is cool. That is cool, actually.
there are certain remakes that are really cool and
Yeah.
like deserve it. Like I think
Code
Resident Evil
Veronica's one of
doing a
them. Yeah.
bunch of remakes is fun, mostly because um wow, I lost all of my words. Mostly because like there are some of those niche ones that can be kind of fixed up. I'm interested to see if they do anything with like 5 and 6 because I know those were like dog shit, dog
Yeah,
shit.
I'm interested about 5 in particular. I think I heard it was probably on Castle Beast podcast where they talked
Mm,
about like maybe remaking 5, and there's like some really fucking racist undertones to 5 that they would have to somehow address, and I don't think
yeah.
that's going to be possible. And 6 just
No.
sucks apparently outright,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know, but with specifically Ocarina of Time, I can understand that because I mean
Mm.
it's Nintendo, so they're just gonna milk whatever they can out of their classics for as long as they can and make you spend another $100 on a game that you've played 10,000 times. Like it's
Yeah.
just the cycle of it, and it is. I can understand
But
being
I feel
tired of
like
it.
Nintendo, like, for the most part, no, I can't even say that anymore. Because recently it has been a lot of like, oh, look, we put 3 of these games on one cartridge and it's available for a limited time. And you're absolutely right. I
Yeah,
just think that
right.
I'm afraid that one of the reasons this exists is because they don't have any more ideas for Zelda outside of their Breath of the Wild formula.
Yeah,
And that is really disappointing, especially
yeah,
considering the last thing on our list to talk today that I am very excited to talk about. I hope that isn't the case. Like
yeah,
I hope this is good. I hope I want to pick it up. And insofar as remakes generally, like I know I was just talking shit, but I cried at the trailer for the Dragon Quest VII reimagining. I
yeah,
wept tears of joy seeing that one of my favorite games is being remade to be like this beautiful, colorful, like clay
yeah,
style, like looks fantastic, feels fantastic to play. I have some problems with some of the ways they rework the story. Doesn't fucking matter. Like I feel that joy at times. I just think that like when you have a full list, and I've seen the lists of like the shit from Summer Games Fest, the shit from State of Play, and it's remake, 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 remaster, remaster, remake.
yeah. Yeah,
I
there's
don't care.
nothing new coming out. There's
Yeah.
nothing like the most newest things I can think of are things like the Kingdom Hearts 4, the
Mhm.
new God of War that's coming out,
Yeah.
and like that new like Duskblood game. Like there are a
Yeah.
couple of newer games that are coming out, but they're either continuing a series,
Mhm.
um, or they are original. Like the only original ones that are coming out that I'm like interested in that I can think of was that Duskblood one a little bit or whatever it was called. And
Dust
then
Bones,
there's
yeah.
another vampire one that's coming out. And I can't remember the name of it. It's called like Dawn something or oh no.
Is this from the direct?
Um I don't know if they did any news about it. The Blood of the Dawn Walkers, I think what it's called. One second. Where's
Oh,
Chrome? Get
okay.
out. Yeah, Blood of the Dawn Walker is the one that's coming out soon, and it looks really cool. It's published by Bandai Namco, um, and yeah, it's a dark fantasy action role playing game. It's in third person perspective, and you're just going around and like you can use magic and you're fighting and like I don't know. You'll have to look up the trailer. I'm
Okay.
kind of excited for that one, but like
I'll check it out. Yeah.
that's like the only like new game that I'm excited about. The new Silent Hill I'm intrigued by. Um, they're making a second Until Dawn. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that, and it's not by the same studio. It's by a different
No,
studio.
which honestly, I'm fine with that
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
because
that's fine.
I did like The Quarry.
Hmm.
I did like that one a lot, but the anthologies that they were doing, I
They're bad.
hated them
Yeah.
so much. They were all terrible.
Yeah.
And my least favorite one was probably the city, the like Welcome to Hope or whatever it's called, all because they did the stupid, it was in his head the whole time.
Fuck,
So
you
all
can't
of
do
the
that.
choices you made in a game that's about the choices you make didn't fucking matter.
Doesn't
Anyways,
matter.
rant point of this is that I don't care, and I just hope that means they make it better. And also Neil Newbon's in it, so like,
Yeah.
oh no.
I did hear that. And he's doing an American accent. Is that what I heard?
Yes,
Okay. How does that sound?
fine.
Okay. All
I
right.
like Neil's American. It's not he didn't go full like Nick Cage with Resi like he did with Heisenberg and RE9, but
Okay.
he
Fair enough.
yeah. It's interesting. He's playing a very certain archetype, and I'm interested to see how this is gonna go.
Yeah, that's
But
interesting.
yeah, but that's the state of play.
Hmm.
But I think the point is, it's either remakes or continuations of series, and like, there's just not a lot of new stuff. And I feel like we've
Yeah.
been stagnant on new media for so long,
Yeah.
which
New.
is why I'm really excited about. Like, it seems movies have been doing a lot better. We've been getting a lot more like original concepts for movies. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
excited tomorrow. So I'll be talking about these probably in our next episode. But tomorrow I'm gonna go and do a back-to-back feature of Obsession and Backrooms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But so that's been great. But video games, they've just been doing the same shit for I feel like the past like 5 years.
Honestly, I feel like I've been having the discussion about no new video game IPs for 10 years, and
Yes.
I it makes me feel old at this point. I've
Yeah.
been talking about this since high school. I don't what
Yeah.
is happening?
Well, it's crazy to think about because I I bought a couple of new games the other day. Well, not new games, just games on sale and games I haven't played, but like
True.
I haven't been playing video games except for Baldur's Gate. Ever
Hmm.
since Baldur's Gate came out, that put its claws in my back and I haven't been able to get away from it.
Oh, it was
But
over.
like
Yeah.
yeah, but other than that, if I'm playing a video game, I'm either replaying a game I've already played or a series that or I'm just playing a game of a series I'm already into. So like I'm going to keep playing the Final Fantasy games. I'm going to keep playing through the Resi games. I'm going to keep playing through the God of War games, like stuff like that. But like that's it. nothing else has been able to grab my attention to be worth the spend the 90 to $120 after tax of like buying a brand new game.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I definitely feel that to some degree. I feel like I sometimes get trapped in those loops as well. Um,
Hmm.
Speaking of playing the same game over and over and over again, apparently I did just read this at the bottom of this article about the direct. There we go. Um, Final Fantasy 14 is that coming to Switch? Is that it was in a montage of upcoming games for the Switch? I guess the MMORPG that I may have started playing again a couple days ago out of a depression spiral uh is, uh, is coming to Switch, which I don't think makes sense, but sure. Whatever.
I mean, I guess because they can, why not? Like with the
Yeah.
Switch 2 and like them being like, this can be as good as like the PS5 and like all like, them the Switch
Yeah.
Nintendo trying to constantly catch up to the current gens like of other platforms. So they're like, we can do everything, including online shit. So why wouldn't they do that with Square
But
Enix?
like you played like Final Fantasy 14 on a PS4 or PS5. You know that doesn't play very well on a PS4 or
No,
PS5. It plays
and
like shit.
it does, and it's why I could never keep playing it. It
Yeah.
has to
It's a
be,
computer game.
but now I know we've talked about this a little bit, not on the podcast, but in general about the Switch 2 and how we're both not excited for that mouse feature because it's probably going to be shit.
No, it's
But
dumb.
I'm wondering if they're expecting that to come into play or if it is going to be full Joy-Con.
I'm gonna assume that the mouse has something to do with it. Maybe you use one as a mouse and the other Joy-Con as your movement and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know. Again, I'm extrapolating all this from text on an article from Kotaku.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like that would be my expectation, right?
Mm,
Which again I think is silly. But
yeah.
sure, whatever. Anyway, state of
Yeah.
play. We have something very important to talk about with the state of play.
Yes.
You're deep in the fucking trenches on this one. You are fighting the Lord's battle. Tell me all about it.
Uh, I I am so tired. I'm so tired. Why do women have to why is it that a woman shows up and all of a sudden it's chaos and all of a sudden something is bad? Anyways, so State of Play, they did the best thing and they did it for me personally. They are making a new God of War game and it's following Faye, Kratos' wife that they that the whole journey is all about for him and Atreus, and it's gonna follow her. And like it's beautiful. If you haven't, have you seen the trailer yet?
No, I've only seen like the pictures.
Okay. Sweet. I highly recommend watching the trailer. It was just really beautiful how they dropped it. I actually watched somebody reacting to it and being like, are they doing a remaster for that God of War game already? Like, that's so stupid because
Oh.
it follows, like, if I remember correctly, it opens up the same way that the original 2018's opened up, or like commercial opened up, if I remember correctly. I could be totally wrong and lying about that. Of carrying her body to the pyre, but instead of going from there, it rises and then you follow her. And like this whole journey is Faye in the afterlife, so it's happening during the events of the first two, like God of War and God of War Ragnarok. But
Mm.
it's her in this like afterlife for gods fighting all of these other different types of gods of war. So I think in the trailer you see the God of War for Egypt and another place. I'm not going to say where because I don't know and I can't confirm. Um, and like, yeah, it just looks really cool and really awesome. And to me, it looks fun and inviting, and it's going to be a different way to play because she's so much smaller than Kratos that like it's going to be more quick, agile, like in and out kind of gameplay instead of Kratos is such heavy, like especially in these games, like such heavy hitters. Though you can play him pretty quick when you use his Spartan blades in the second game, which is awesome. Those things are
Hmm.
my favorite. But yeah, everybody's just mad because once again, there is a very successful franchise that has always had a man as its protagonist, and they're putting a woman on the front seat, and everybody's mad about it just because of the fact that she's a woman. And
Can't
they're
be
going to
allowed.
call her ugly, and they're going to say all the reasons why she can't be there. Literally, the original creator of the God of War games got embarrassingly put up a post online to be like, this isn't right. No God of War game should have a woman be the front of it. Like, and I'm just like, Faye is also a god, if I remember correctly. Well, obviously, because she went to the gods like afterlife. So
Yeah.
Faye is a god in her own right. She's married Kratos. Kratos married again. The fact that that man married again, like,
Yeah.
you just clearly don't care about the story and the fact that they tried to make this series more of a story-based thing and tried to add some like meaning behind it other than this guy's rage against like the machine, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Essentially, right? And like, as a fan of those 3 video games, the original 3,
yeah.
that is a really fucking stupid take from the creator. That is real dumb. Because
Right?
like this is the guy who made again 3 games that were like pretty fucking sexist. Like they
Yes.
literally included sex mini games, which like I don't know. Some people argue is like, oh, but it's. I'm not getting into the weeds on this. Never mind. I don't care enough. But
No.
like, you were in
But
charge of
still.
that. Like, why should I take you seriously about the
Well,
politics around this?
exactly. And it's like also this game, obviously you're not in charge of this anymore. And like the new God of War series is so detached from how those are. And it's
Yeah,
intended to be. It's
of course.
a fully different mythology that they're in, right? So it's just like I don't know. I just think it's so silly and I'm just sick and tired of it. You know, it happened with Ellie, it happened with
Yeah.
Abby, it happened with like hell, it even happened with Chloe when that small Uncharted game came out with Chloe being the
Yeah.
lead. And I'm like, but you like Chloe. You've always liked her and all of a sudden you have a problem because you're playing her. Don't get me started on once again every Tomb Raider video game like on Earth.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And it's just, yeah, and it just seems like specifically these games where like it starts off with a male protagonist and then they go and they're like, well, let's switch over to their like female counterpart. All of a sudden it's over as if the game was never about them. And it's like the whole, especially for God of War, the whole journey was about a father and a son finding a way to connect to each other because of the loss of their mother. And aren't you curious to know like who she was to them and like, you know, like how they existed and like how she impacted them beyond just whatever? And like we can see that now and we can
Mhm.
see how she who she is and how Kratos became the man that he is because of her and how they met. And I don't know, I just
Yeah.
think that's fun and neat. And more women are playing video games and let women be protagonists.
Yeah.
That's it.
Women literally are essential to the video game industry. There are. It's insane how much would not be here today if not for women in video games. So shut the fuck up, men, idiots.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, the only thing I'm curious about with this God of War game, honestly, because I don't really give a fuck about the new
Yeah.
games. Like, unfortunately, that the gameplay just never really stuck with me. Um, as cool as the story is, I really do like the story from what I've heard of it.
Yeah. But it
Um,
makes sense and it is
yeah,
way more my type of gameplay than it is your type of gameplay.
for sure. The one thing I am
Mm.
curious about is if, and again, I heard this brought up somewhere else, if Kratos will like, or sorry, not Kratos, Jesus Christ, what's her name? Faye?
Faye.
Faye, if Faye will encounter like the gods that Kratos had
I
slain,
know.
like
I low-key hope so. Like I at least
that would
Ares
be so
because
sick. At least
so
Ares, yeah,
at least because we've seen only gods of war, her fight gods of
yeah,
war. So if we get at least a minimum of a little Ares cut, oh, that would bring me much joy. Or
that
like
would be cool.
Zeus, like one of the big three. I don't like. mm, I need that personally for me.
That would be really sick to be like, oh, you're his wife.
Yeah.
I want them to
Yes,
get mad.
yeah. And then it's like, well, I guess I gotta kill you because I killed his other wife, so now I gotta kill your wife.
And she's just like, I'm sorry to whatever he did to you. Like,
Yeah, not my problem.
yeah, that's his. I'm a different person, actually.
Yeah,
Um,
but hey,
yeah,
Greek gods, they don't give two shits.
yeah. In summary, fuck everybody on the internet who's saying otherwise. This game looks pretty cool, and it's
Yeah,
okay that there's a woman starring in it.
yeah,
If
that's pretty
anything,
much it.
God of War kind of needs that.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%. And that's what I've loved with this new series too, because
yeah,
even with and like it really has brought femininity and like women very forward. Because thinking about okay, names are escaping me, so I apologize, but like the main Freya,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like Freya, and like the whole point of and that first game is not only about parenthood but also about motherhood.
Mhm.
And like, you know, you can argue that like the thing with Kratos and Atreus is like the absence of that motherhood, and how do you cope without that? And then with
100%.
Freya, it is literally the struggle of being a mother, and how do you let your like, you know, like
Yep.
it's just way more ingrained in it. And that's like, but it doesn't make sense that we would go to anyways. My point has been made. I just wanted to yell about stupid misogynist on the internet because it's fun, and they just make themselves look stupid for no reason other than they're just mad that women exist
That women exist.
and
Me
that they don't,
too.
you know, that they can't get one.
Yeah, honestly, that's half of it. It has to be. But I mean, that's you being mad at the people on the internet. I want to turn it towards us being mad at each other. Do you think we could do
Oh,
that?
are you ready? Are you ready for one of our first? This is going to be one of our first biggest disagreements, I think.
I think okay, so last time we talked about very briefly there was a new American football album coming out, and I don't know if you recommended that I listen to it, but I said I would. Um
Yes. Well, we
and
both like the band, so it was
yeah.
inevitable that we were both going to listen to it.
Yeah. So we both did so. I listened to it yesterday for the first time. What were your thoughts? What did you think about the new American football album?
I like it. I think it's, and you would disagree with this, but I think it's very much, you know, the same stuff that they've always done. It feels a little bit simpler compared to their previous stuff, if that makes sense. But I really liked it. I like the flow of it. There's not a song that I don't like. Um, the the single that came out, "Bad Moons," is probably my favorite song on the album. That one, and hold on, let me quickly look up the track list real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, album. Yeah, Bad Moods and No Soul to Save, like the ending song. I also really like. I like the way that they constructed it and how each song flows into each other. I think the one, and also it has some features that I really really like. Brandon Yates, who is the lead singer of Turnstiles,
Mhm.
and also Wisp, which is a band that I have been super digging lately.
Mm,
She's on the Wake Her Up sound disc
right.
track.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's my feelings on it. Now tell me why, Brendan, you hate this album. Tell
Okay.
me why you
I will.
absolutely think it's shit.
So, as anybody who is cool and subscribes to my Substack now, I use a 6 point, a perfect, might I add, 6 point system to rank the media that I consume. Uh, and I give this a two.
Damn,
A two, a
a
two.
two, not even
So,
a three.
so, so, let me be clear. A two on my scale just simply means that I did not like this, but I can totally see why other people do.
Yeah,
Um, and also just to clarify as well, I maybe I'm a fake fan. I don't know if this makes me a fake fan. I love the first American football album. I think it is. I mean I. No one can argue that it is not one of the most essential albums to emo fucking music. Honestly, in a
period.
lot of ways, like rock music
Music in
of
general.
like 90s and 2000s, like I think it's very important. Um, and I it like impacted me in a lot of ways. especially just honestly around playing guitar as an instrument, like because a lot of those riffs are like in open chord structures, and like it's so fun
Yeah.
to play, especially when I was playing with friends more often. Um
Mm.
so I listened to that first album quite a bit. I have not listened to LP 2 or 3 ever.
Really?
After their comeback from I think it was 2014, maybe was
Yeah.
summertime around then
No.
onwards, haven't listened to a fucking thing by them
Okay. Okay.
other than a track here and there, but like nothing I
Yeah.
could recall off the top of my head. So it's
Okay.
very possible that they have sounded like this for 10 plus years, and I did not know. Um,
Yeah.
However, if that is the case, I still think I wouldn't like it,
Well, if you don't like the new sound, you don't like the newer sound. But
and
that
that's
does
it.
make me curious about how you would feel about the other two albums.
Yeah, and
From
I
what?
would have. I intended to go back and listen to them before we talked about it, but again, like I just kind of ran out of time. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, when it came to this one, um, honestly, I felt like it had the bones to be something that I would enjoy. We talked about it before the podcast that the lyrics are like really depressing.
Yes.
It's really like dark, and I
Yep.
in a very poetic way, and I do enjoy that a lot. Like I think the lyrics are probably the best part of the album for the most part. Um,
Mm.
I feel like, and at first I thought this might have been my car speakers because one of my speakers is like kind of out in my car, but then I listened to it on my
Mm.
beautiful speakers that I have here in my setup, and
Mhm.
it just sounds like there is white noise on every track. It sounds like when they were mixing it, they just put a track of white noise and it covers up the guitars. It makes a lot of the drums kind of sound like shit. The only thing that comes over it is his vocals, and I really don't like his singing on this record at all. I don't like it.
Man.
But I would have been able to look past that if those guitar licks, which I think again are like one of the most important parts of like that sound to me, were
Mm.
actually audible, and a lot of it is
Yeah.
buried. And when it isn't buried, there's one track in particular, I don't remember the name of it, but they aren't like buried in that mix, and they're actually to the
Mhm.
forefront, but they are so fucking fuzzed up, they pierced my ears in a way that I just hated. uh
Damn.
so
Okay.
there was just a lot there that like I think a lot of it comes down to whatever they did to mix and master it, honestly.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
yeah, again, the singing, like didn't love. I don't think the vocals were very strong on this. They weren't like super melodic, or like it just wasn't all that interesting. Maybe it kind of sounded like a bad impression of the guy from the National. Not gonna lie. Or
I
honestly,
will
I also said,
say.
sorry, I also said it sounded like in my notes I said it sounded like emo Lin-Manuel Miranda. So that's that. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Honestly, I really wanted to like it, but it
Um.
didn't hit.
I am gonna have to give it another listen to confirm because I
Mhm.
listen to it a lot, but I haven't listened to it in the last little while. Just to confirm how I feel about the production and the mixing too. But I find with how I listen to music and with how I like music, sometimes that doesn't matter to me.
Sure,
Um, just because of whatever. Like if it just strikes me, it just strikes me.
100%.
However, I think I also had the benefit of I need you to listen to this album. You and like if you and Meg want to go out to or just you, just go out and have a couple drinks and at like 11 p.m. one between 11 and 12 a.m. just like go home and just have headphones in and just listen to the album in the pitch black all by yourself, walking in the middle of nowhere, just walking home. And then maybe like you're a little bit drunk, get a little joint to smoke on your way home and just have and then maybe you'll get it.
Okay, maybe that will be the case. I will try it. I'm willing to try it because
Oh,
I
it,
I don't want to dislike anything. That's not true. I
no.
do want to dislike some things. I
Yes,
don't want to
you do
dislike
quite
this.
like it.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I think you should listen to the other two LPs then and to like get a
Hmm.
better understanding them
I agree.
because I don't remember the second LP that well. I don't it's not that I don't like it. I just it's whatever for me, I think out of the whole discography. Um for me it goes like the first one the third one, I don't know. The fourth one might go before the third one for me, but like it's like first, fourth, third, second, or first, third, fourth, second.
Hmm.
I really like the third one. The third one has the song with Haley on it, "Uncomfortably Numb," which they
I
actually
do know
got to
that song.
perform live for
Yeah.
the first time at at I think Kilby Festival or something like that a couple of weeks ago, which was really cool.
Oh, nice.
But
Hmm.
yeah, I love that album, but I can understand the singing thing, but I also he's never been a good singer, and I think
No.
the it's always been about the instruments for me for American football. The
Agreed.
instruments and the lyrics, but like the instrumental is really the thing that gets me for
It's
sure.
it's the core for sure.
Pun intended. Um but yeah, so he's never really had a good voice in my humble opinion, so it makes sense that like if you already don't like the production, then you're definitely not going to like his voice.
And maybe it's just that the voice is like the most standout, again, like track in
Yeah.
that mix, that like it's coming through the clearest to me, and that's why, because I know his voice again on the first LP forever ago at this point, again 90s,
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
is like kind of hidden a little bit behind like a lot of the guitar work.
Yeah.
um and so you can kind of get away with it a little bit, but also it was whinier back then. It was a whinier like vocal inflection, which of course, like again, when you're maybe, I don't know how old they were, I'm going to
They're
guess
probably in their
late teens,
20s.
early
Like,
20s
yeah.
probably, making that record. Absolutely, like makes sense that you have that inflection at that time, maybe as a 40-year-old, not exactly the route you want to take, and I can understand
Right?
that. uh but like, yeah, for some reason it just, that didn't hit with me particularly
And it
well.
makes me, especially with how you described it as it feels like there's like a white noise plastered over it.
Yeah.
It it does make me curious. I want to dive a bit more into like seeing like if they have any interviews discussing the making of it, because
Yeah.
maybe it's something now don't have to like the decision, but maybe it was something that was intentional and maybe they were trying to do something
100%.
because like they're that type of band to do that type of experimentation to see what works and what doesn't work and like
Absolutely.
type of thing, right? But yeah, it just makes me a little bit curious about if that was intentional or if they just decided to have some really shitty production.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it probably was like intentional to some degree. They seem like folks to me that have a lot of control over that process. It's just
Yeah.
like it I guess and it is something that I feel like a lot of I've heard this on several albums recently, like especially like this kind of like, whether it's indie rock or more emo rock or whatever is
Mm.
in between, like it is that kind of like, okay, we're just kind of putting like this bass level sound, not bass as in bass, but
Mm.
base, like
SE. Yeah.
kind of like just on a track. It's probably just like some really like atmospheric keys or something that kind of, for me, sometimes happens to like override like some of the other shit you're doing on it. And
Yeah.
yeah, that I find like disappointing in some regards, and maybe that's just a me thing. It could totally be that.
Okay. Well, I guess I can forgive you for having your own opinions and ideas and thoughts for now, um, because it doesn't change how I feel about it. And,
No.
like, we all have our own thoughts and opinions at the end of the day. But
Yeah,
I really like the album
it's just,
and I think it's great.
some people are right, some people are wrong.
And some people just have thoughts.
It's true. It's true. That's a lot more civil than I thought it would be.
But do you know what? Like, especially when it comes down to like s- s- music is so subjective, and we've talked about this
Absolutely.
type of stuff before all the time, right? And like, we
Yeah.
have such different music tastes, and like, I also I really like sad music, and I
Yeah.
do like that type of like I like it when I listen to an album and I have no comprehension of going through an entire album. Like, oh, I'm listening to this song again. How did I get to this song?
Yeah.
Because of that like perfect streamline and like maybe it does all kind of sound the same through kind of thing. I sometimes like that sound. And also It's music, man. Like,
Yeah,
what is it to get mad about?
whatever you like, you like. That's about it.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah, as long as we're not out here listening to P Diddy these days, I think we're probably okay. I think you can even get away with
I think
Kanye to a
so.
certain respect. I'm gonna stop talking. The,
Now, now.
the, the only thing I was gonna add was that like I know I don't mean to come off as like a person who actually understands what mixing and mastering is. I have no
Yeah.
fucking idea. I've tried this shit. It's hard and I don't understand it. I've talked to people who do understand it. I feel like some people are just bullshitting a little bit. I have no fucking
Yeah.
idea. So like, and I also just wanted to say I also love albums that sound like shit, that sound like they were mixed by somebody who has no idea
Yes.
what they're doing. One of my favorite albums of all time is Worst Word Ho by Shinobu, and it sounds like shit all the way through, and it's my favorite.
But
Yeah. So just to
yeah.
clarify,
Oh,
yes.
100%. And I totally get that. But
Yeah.
yeah, this just wasn't the one for you, and that's
It was
fine.
not, no, unfortunately. Now, you did, however, recommend an album that I did enjoy. Um,
Yes. Tell me about it.
okay, so let me pull up the track list because I want to make sure I'm getting my shit right here. So you last time talked a little bit about the new Turnstile album, Never Enough, came out
Yeah.
last year. I hadn't listened to it. I had read a couple things about it. But I sat down last month to give it a good few listens. I listened to it in the car a bit, and I enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was really decent. I didn't listen to. Oh, thank you. Meg just came in and gave me Doritos.
Ah, God bless.
I didn't listen to any Turnstile before. I haven't listened to any of their albums afterwards. There is one I want to check out, the one previous to this.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, tell me about the album a little bit and what you know about it. And Turnstile, I guess. Go for it. Hit me.
I honestly don't know a lot about it either. This
Okay.
is I did listen to that other album. I think it's called Glow On or something
Glow
like
On.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
Um, but I've only listened to it like a couple of times. I've really this main or like this most recent album is the one that like I've just listened and I've had it on repeat. It's just to me a really good album. Um, and the reason why I started to know about Turnstile is because of their NPR concert and because Haley showed up at one of their shows and
Mm,
performed with them. So that's what got them on the market for me. I also think they won some awards actually this
yes.
year for this album as well, which is really cool. So they've been on like the up and up, but I think they've been around for some time. Like I
Yeah.
think they've been in the industry for like a decade or so. I'm gonna have to fact check myself there, but
No, you're spot
um,
on. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, like that's all I really know about them.
Okay.
They just seem like a bunch of cool guys. I think there's a chick in the band. Like, yeah, they just seem really cool. I love their sound. That's all I really know about them.
Yeah, for sure. I did, and again, I haven't. I like I said, I haven't listened to their full discography. I do plan on it. But they were more of like a hardcore band, like
Yeah.
previous to these two albums, previous to Never Enough and Glow On, from what I understand. And then
Yes.
they kind of like made a switch to more of this like. I mean, honestly, so one of the cool things about this album, I think that I read about the awards is that it won awards in three distinct like rock categories, whatever the fuck rock is
Yeah.
these days. It was like metal, alternative, and something else. And all of
Yeah.
them made fucking sense because this album Never Enough is an amalgamation of so many different styles in this same fucking track. Like you get these like real indie rock kind of glitzy riffs, and then like it goes straight into like fucking doom metal like
Oh,
power chords. I'm like, what the
yeah.
fuck is going on here? So
Well,
like
like,
I could totally see that 100%.
yeah. Right? And I love that they did that and they brought it all together. And like, yeah, like even just thinking about like how Never Enough goes into Soul because I think it does stay in that lightness and then it drops into that super heavy at the beginning of Soul.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, and it's just so good. And I just love the journey that it takes. And I love that it keeps that heaviness behind it. And I don't know, I've just been really liking because like Haley's been playing with it in her solo stuff in her most recent solo stuff of like playing with this like more indie alt lighter like almost like ethereal type of sound, but keeping that heaviness of like those punk roots and like those heavy rock roots. And it's just, I just think it's a beautiful sound, and it's hitting a niche for me that is perfect.
100%. Yeah, I thought this was a listen that I will definitely like throw on every now and again for sure. And it makes me want to listen to Glow On, because Glow On I hear is even better, like in a lot of respects. I've been told. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah. Like I said,
Whatever.
I gave it
Yeah,
a good couple listens, but I can't speak to it, so
yeah,
I'll have to
100%.
also give it another couple of listens again to have something better to say about it.
For sure. Yeah, and like, yeah, it's you were spot on about like it still kind of has that punk energy to it. I think like a lot of the songs do, and but like it's also poppy. Like
Yeah.
it's for all intents and purposes like it's like a pop rock album in some instances, and I'm thrilled that like this album can be so many different things and still sound this good. And Brendan Yates, great vocalist. I'm a
Oh,
fan.
awesome.
100%.
So good. And
Yeah.
like his live stuff is really good too. Um
100%.
you should watch that NPR concert. That
I
actually
will.
their performance, I might have mentioned this in the last episode, but their performance is the first time they ever had crowd surfing on an NPR Tiny concert before.
Let's go. That's when you know.
Because
Okay, that is the moment you know that this was a fucking hardcore band.
exactly. Oh yeah, because I think it was a hometown concert for them, so they had a
Nice.
lot of like friends and like people that they knew in but anyways, yeah, it was just really cool. And like their energy, you can tell that they started off with hardcore shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So,
amazing. Yeah.
what are some of your favorite songs?
Let me see. Going through the track list, I want to say, and again, it's been a couple of weeks since I've listened to it. I do
Mm,
really love the title track. That one gets stuck in my head a lot.
it's
And
good.
uh and again, like the blending of all these genres and like them leading into each other kind of leads to this like progressive feeling that I feel like never enough really like shows off.
Hmm.
Um, let me see. Seeing Stars, I felt like was a good one that I really enjoyed. Um, I feel like Dreamin' was up there as well.
Yeah,
There were a couple songs like I also just I didn't care for. I to be honest, I didn't love the closer, Magic Man. Um,
that's fair.
yeah, I'm not huge on that one. And there was probably another
It's
song
not
in
my
there that I
favorite.
wasn't like big on, but like
Mhm.
for the most part, like I did enjoy it. And it
Yeah.
makes me want to listen to more Turnstile and go back and like see what I've been missing.
Yay! I'm so glad that you liked it. Yeah, I'm excited for, yeah, I think I'm gonna join you on re-listening to Glow On and giving Glow On a good listen.
Yeah, yeah, I think that would be yeah, I like just from what I've heard, people really love that album, and I want to give it a
Hmm.
shot.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Um, I realize I usually I split up our list. I mean, we kind of work on this together, but when I'm kind of
Yeah.
splitting it up, I usually
Do a bit
have
of back and forth.
yeah. This time I did not.
That's
I'm
okay.
realizing that a little late.
It is what it is, as
um,
long as we're talking.
and that's my segue to talk about JoJo's. What a fucking segue it is.
Oh, we need to do like poses for the clip
Oh yeah,
for
yeah. You
the
send me some. You send me some pictures of you doing some poses.
Okay,
We'll get
let's
there. Yeah.
do you have any suggestions, any preferences,
Oh,
any
you go wild. You go nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, send me a good
Okay.
thumbnail pose.
There you go. I'll try my best.
Yeah, so we both recently, well, maybe not recently, it's been a while, but
Yeah.
we both watched the first episode of part 7, Steel Ball Run. Wait, did you not? Did you not? Did you not?
I haven't watched it yet.
Kendall, what the fuck? Second cardinal sin. The second cardinal sin just dropped. Didn't watch Eurovision. Didn't watch JoJo's Part 7 Steel Ball Run Episode 1.
I'm sorry. Oh, send me to jail. Send me
Okay,
to
alright,
hell. I
that's
don't
fine.
deserve to
You know
live.
what? Listen, I've got you, buddy. I've got you. It's totally fine. You know why? Because
What?
I also committed a cardinal sin.
What'd you do?
It took me years to finally sit down and watch Stone Ocean.
Hey, can I tell you my third and final cardinal sin?
What?
Now, I have read Stone Ocean, so I
Yes.
do know all of Stone Ocean, but I haven't watched the last half of part 6.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm,
This was
mm.
my first time consuming Stone Ocean.
I love Stone Ocean. Speaking about women
Yeah.
becoming the protagonist of a male-oriented series.
Back in like 2006. This is magical, truly. So yeah, you know what? You start. How much do you love Stone Ocean?
I I actually really love Stone Ocean. I love Jolene. I think Jolene is one of my is up there as my favorite JoJo. I think it is it's her or Jotaro, and then Joseph is the third. But the two of them are up there for my favorites. I just think she's so fun. I think she's so badass. I think her power is really cool, and it's really interesting in the ways that she and also the fights in part 6 too.
Mm,
Um, I love Hermes and Foo Fighters. Love me some Foo Fighters.
yeah, Foo Fighters is something else.
Um, Also, you can't give me an extremely gay evil priest and for him to not be my favorite villain. What do you want from me? Who's in love with a vampire? What do you
That is
want
literally,
from me?
it was targeting you, and you hadn't even developed your taste yet.
I was literally, that one came in what, 2006, 2007? So I was literally just watching Twilight. I was just being birthed into the person I am today.
It was just hitting that point.
Yeah,
That's really funny.
But yeah, so, and also, as we know with my love for Kingdom Hearts, I love timey, and even Doctor Who and stuff, I love timey-wimey, fucky wucky stuff.
Yeah.
And so, with how Stone Ocean ends, love that stuff too. That stuff's crazy.
That was a bonkers ending. And that was one of the only things I really knew about Stone Ocean going into it, obviously, was the ending, and the result of the ending being okay, from part 7 we're doing this new thing. It has nothing to do with the last thing, except it kind of does, but in a weird way, like a parallel universe way. So I did know that about it. I knew about Jolene. I knew about most of the characters and some of the relationships and all that. But again, I hadn't watched it, I hadn't read it, I did not have full context for anything. So it was really interesting going through this part, especially again this adaptation that has been shit on in the past. I think it's totally fine. It's serviceable. Yeah. There are definitely parts where Anna Sui could have probably used a little Mickey Mouse injection. There's a complete lack of the best line.
Oh, they didn't do it?
There's a complete lack of the best line of part 6.
They didn't that it's $10. It had to do with copyright bullshit, and they just
absolutely did. Yeah, Disney now, right? Okay, so
yeah.
I'm gonna pull this up just to make sure I'm getting the lines right, but just so people know what the fuck we're talking about.
That's one of the best fights in that whole series.
there is a part where Anna Sui or Anastasia, whatever you want to call them, and Weather Report are reading a guidebook as they just escaped prison, riding on this truck to Florida, and it's a guidebook to Disney parks or whatever. And Anna Sui is, first of all, insane. He's crazy. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, this fucking woman murdering piece of shit. He's fucking hilarious. I love him. He just says to Weather, look at this, Weather. What a crappy guidebook. None of the characters are on it. I wanted to see the Disney characters, god damn it. Where the fuck is Mickey? And then, he sees that there's no Mickey Mouse on the sign going to Disney. And he points at it and he says, fuck's sakes! If there's no Mickey Mouse, this shit ain't Disney! Yeah. And that is genuinely fucking peak JoJo's. And it's not in the anime adaptation, and it hurts me.
That's honestly a crime and a disservice to the anime. Immediately drops a star because of that.
Absolutely, yeah. But there are a lot of things to love about Stone Ocean. I love all the cast this time around. I think
Yep.
having Jolene be such a strong character, but a character that grows over the course of the
Yes.
part from somebody who is obviously very, like, intimidated to be going to prison for something she didn't do, to, like,
Yep.
kind of having to, like, face up to her destiny and, like, I mean, we'll get into, like, the theme of that a little later, but, like, have to become a badass by
Yeah.
going to prison. And then, yeah, like, all of the cast that surrounds her, whether it be Foo Fighters, who, again, is just fucking plankton. Just
Yeah.
plankton.
Literally plankton.
Just the aquatic species plankton uh taking over a human body. Hermes, who is like a great, like, I see Hermes as like the Mista for,
Yes. Or
very
like the
much fills
Caesar.
that role in my opinion. Yeah,
Yeah.
Caesar as well. Yeah.
Mm.
um like I said, Anna Sui, who is like just a murderer, just a killer, who is just hilarious. He kills me. He is literally about to die, and he looks at Jotaro and goes on a fucking spiel about, like, you need to give me your daughter's hand in marriage. Yes, I killed my previous partner. Uh, doesn't matter. Ignore that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absurd.
And it's so wild. Another fun thing about Anna Sui, and I
Hmm.
remember reading this a while ago, so I need to double check that, but I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure Anna Sui was originally supposed to be a woman.
that is correct. Yep.
So do I live my life with the trans man on a sweet timeline? Yes, of course I do,
100%.
because JoJo's is the gayest thing alive, and especially this one is so gay that I have to have that.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, it just adds to the like the psychoticness of him. Like he gives me like Sanji on drugs. Like
That's correct. You're spot on. Yeah. Sanji, if Sanji just fucking murdered his partner.
yeah,
Sanji who can hit women.
yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's awful. Cut.
Yeah, we're done now. We're done with that bit.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it's yeah, like the characters are all fantastic. Emporio's my little guy. I do love him.
king.
Uh
What a king.
Weather Report, Poochie. The stand fights this time around were kind of hit or miss for me, to be honest. I will say. I feel like I mean, I think the issue was twofold for me. One, the stands were really cool. It was a lot of, like, high concept, like, this guy, like, one of the first ones we find is, like, this guy is going to do a Minecraft, and it will also do a Minecraft on the other person, whoever it targets. Some of them, it's just like, one of them is claimed to be the weakest stand. It just makes everybody angry. Like, the slightest thing will piss them off and get them into a fist fight, and they'll kill each other.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of weird, like, nightmare fuel. The one where they're on the plane, it is based off an actual plane disaster, and they're trying to just find a way to get out of this, like, nightmare scenario. And, like, it's
Yeah.
a lot of, it's very horror.
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely nightmare fueled. Like, and I think that's another reason why it connects to me so well and why I love it so much, because it's just so absurd, and it makes such simple things be like the biggest deal. And like, I don't know, I honestly, it's been like a hot minute since I've like consumed anything Stone Ocean, but like I just remember especially like the scene when Jotaro and Jolene are in the like meeting, the visiting room, and like
Yeah.
everything starts to melt. It like that stuff that was horrifying.
Oh my gosh. And the whole twist there, you watch one episode, you're like, oh, they took care of the stand user. I'm a JoJo's fan. I know
Yeah.
that means it's over. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, go fuck yourself. That was a dream, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Of course. I know what this part is going to do now. Like, this, you've told me what this part's going to be. And
Genius.
a lot of the time, I did enjoy it. There were definitely ones that I was like, eh. But, like, I'm like that with every JoJo's part. Not every, like, when you're doing this villain of the week style thing, like, not every villain is going to have the same,
No.
yeah, the same impact on me. I will say that I think part of the issue with it for me, the other side of it, we don't really get enough of the gang together, in my opinion.
Yes.
A lot
That
of it, yeah,
yeah. No, keep talking about it. I
sure.
fully agree with you there. Because I feel like I remember like it's always been like two of them or one of them, which makes sense because they're in a prison, so they're all split up, especially with like
100%.
Stormyweather and Anasui being men and like Emporio not being allowed to be seen and like, but yeah, you speak more to it, but I just totally agree.
But that's exactly it, though. You're 100% right. They're in a prison. It's the men's side and the women's side. So you already have that piece of it. You also just have the circumstances of the story. Like you have that. Oh, Hermes is in the hospital ward right now. So is Weather Report. Obviously Emporio cannot be seen, so he's kind of got to keep his self secret. Anasui is a fucking idiot and doesn't come in until halfway through because now he wants to marry Jolene on a promise to fucking Hermes or Foo Fighters, whichever one. I think it was Foo Fighters.
Hmm.
The best episode, one of my favorite episodes, was the one where they're tossing around the baseball and then the stand power activates, obviously, and they're like, oh, we have to keep tossing the baseball like through these
Yes.
ridiculous
Oh,
senios. But
that
that is
one
one of
was
the
so
episodes.
fun.
Yeah, it's one of the episodes where we really get to see like Foo Fighters, Hermes, and Jolene like really just lifting up each other and also just like cracking at each other. It's a lot of fun. It's just such a great episode because we get to see them all hang out, even in this like
Yeah.
obviously nightmare scenario that Part 6
Yeah.
tends to go back to. Um,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of great moments, standout moments from Part 6. Some I didn't really care for, but that's kind of bog standard. I just kind of like compare it to Part 5 sometimes, where a lot of the stand fights there were like
Yeah.
some of my all-time favorites, like to be honest, like Chocolata and the frozen guy that Giorno
Mhm.
Mista's fighting. And
Oh
like
yeah.
a lot of those fights only work because the members of Passion are really sticking together and like are
Yes.
fighting them together. A lot of team fights. So
Mm.
yeah, we didn't get as much of that this time around. I don't think, not till towards the end, which the ending is fucked.
So insane.
It's fucked, Ken. It's
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah. You ever have a guy fall in love with a vampire so intensely that he said that he actually has to rewrite the entire universe?
Uh-huh.
Um, that's sexy to me. I'm
That's
gonna be honest,
sexy to
that's pretty
you.
sexy to me. But
I
it
mean, you're
did,
not, yeah,
like, okay.
fair.
Also, I would like to share the context of when I was reading Stone Ocean, I was working as a host for a restaurant at the time when we were living in Corner Brook.
Sure.
I read that finale while working.
Oh my gosh.
And
Are
it
you
was me
okay?
going, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And like I had to like put it down and I had to go and work and my brain was just going like, what just happened? Like I didn't fully comprehend what was going on at first and I had to go and I had to reread it and then I went, wait, so everyone's dead? No, they're not dead, but they didn't exist, but they're dead? Are you telling me
They
that Jotaro is dead?
they died, but they exist in this other universe that's been triggered. So everyone's kind of dead, but everyone's not dead.
God.
And like, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on, bro? What is
Oh,
going on? Why does Anasui look like a pimp? That's
that
my
is
question.
the ultimate question, honestly.
But yeah,
And then
yeah.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Poro Emporio is the only one who knows.
Okay, and I fucking love that. That is might be
Me
one of
too.
my favorite bits. It's Jolene sacrificed herself so Emporio can escape. Emporio
Hmm.
actually fucking manages to do it, and I was waiting for this. I remembered this. This was one of the spoilers I had, and I was fucking waiting for it for Emporio to use fucking weather report to fucking destroy Poochie and bash his stupid fucking brains in that piece of shit. And I
Yeah.
was cheering. I was so fucking happy.
Oh.
Yeah, this part really fucking did it for me. I am like, again, I can't believe it took me so long to get to it. Like,
I
because I
know. I
fucking love
really need to
JoJo's. Like,
finish it.
what's wrong with me?
I know. It's been
Yeah.
so long, but that's been my other thing too, and why I haven't watched part one, because I am also not caught up on One Piece, is that I just haven't been watching anime lately. Like
Yeah.
anime's
Super
just
fair.
not been in my like rotation. But like I should really finish Stone Ocean. Like it's just so good.
Oh. Yeah. Stone
And you're
Ocean is
right, it is
fucking amazing.
it
Yeah.
is JoJo's. It's one of the like best animes of all time.
It's up there, right? Like it, and it's not for everybody, of course, because I feel like
Yeah.
JoJo's is really like you have to be in the mood for this monster of the week bullshit a lot of the time. But and, like with the plot kind of interconnecting all these stand fights and like it's sometimes like I think Meg described it to their dad at one point as, oh, we're watching this like show where a bunch of people in prison have superpowers. And I was like, that is basically what it is. It kind of feels like a superhero show sometimes, where it's just like, this is what we're dealing with. This is why we're dealing with it. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's
yeah,
well, it's a shonen at the end of the day, right? But like there's
100%.
just
Yeah,
something so because it's so like absurd and like gaudy and like all about the art as well, you sometimes forget that like it is also just a show about a bunch of big beefy guys just punching each other.
100%. 100%.
Like
I mean, yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to be okay with Poochie taking the Freddie Mercury reference as the final stand, his final stance for. That
yeah.
hurts. I'm like, really? Made in heaven? Go fuck yourself,
Yeah.
you piece of shit.
Something special about it, you know?
That's what pissed me off. Like not everybody dying, just him. Yeah, using that.
Taking, yeah,
Wasn't a fan.
made from heaven, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
but yeah,
Well,
that's what
I'm
I have to
glad
say
you
about
really
JoJo's.
liked
Yeah.
it. And before we move on from JoJo's,
Mhm.
spoiler free,
Sure.
initial thoughts on episode 1 of season 7 of
Oh,
Steel Ball Run.
sure. Okay. Yeah, I really like it. The biggest
Okay.
thing that I and others expected to dislike was how the horses were animated. The horses look fine. I'm happy to report, everybody, the horses look completely fine. They
I
are.
mean,
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
no, keep going. They are what?
Yeah, I was just gonna say they're. I'm pretty sure they're CG. Totally fine. They look good. They look good. Good horses.
In all animators' defenses, horses are very difficult.
Fucking suck.
And the
Yup.
fact that Araki made an entire series surrounding horses speaks to his skill as an artist, and speaks to how much he probably hates himself.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. You have to.
But that's awesome because when it comes to Steel Ball Run, when it comes to part 7 and especially part 8,
Mm.
I know the base understanding of Steel Ball Run. I know the base premise. That's it. I don't know many of the stands. I don't know many of the fights. I don't know many of the conflicts. I just know the main horse race across Canada or across the US to get pieces of Jesus. Like that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to kind of just dive into it, head empty, no thoughts, just to go.
100%. I think that might be the best way to get into it. I know bits and pieces. I know little bits at the end. I know little bits at the middle. I know little. I've read about 30 chapters in the manga. Like
Yeah.
yeah. The only thing like I would not even caution anybody about, but just like the stands are a lot more restrained in some ways. Sometimes they're more
Okay.
simple, but like I think it's for the benefit. Like literally, I made a joke in my Substack post the other day. It's like I can't wait to see the fucking rope stand animated. It's just a lasso.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure anyway, if I remember correctly. It's
I'm
just silly, you know.
Yeah, I'm just impressed that Araki can keep thinking of these new things to make powers
hundred
out of,
percent.
honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when did part 1 first come out? 80 set, like late
80,
80s?
86, 87, 88, one or the other. Yeah.
Right? So like the man's been doing this for like 30 years.
Forever, and like, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that he's still
Uh,
doing it. I mean, he's still doing it.
yeah.
It's JoJo Lance.
Yeah.
It's right now. Yeah, it's still publishing.
Yeah. Part 9,
Part
right?
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, monthly
Crazy.
release, I think.
Mm,
But yeah, like other than that, like the only other thing I'll say about Part 7 is that it does a really great job of condensing A lot of the um it condenses so many chapters into that one, like it's a 46-minute episode. Uh
Oh, wow.
yeah, I was waiting for an opening and ending. Did not get one. It was 46 minutes of just content. Uh
Okay.
and it condenses like maybe 8 to 10 chapters if I had to take a fucking wild guess. It could, like, it's the first leg of the race all in this one
Oh,
episode, and it restructures it a little bit here and there, but it all makes sense, and it was all very smartly done. Like it, I'm a little nervous because I know the release schedule has people kind of fucked up because they release this one episode and we don't know when more is coming, or we do. It might be the end of the year or something. I don't know.
okay.
Um, but like I understand concerns around that, especially the way they kind of fucked up the Stone Ocean release too. It's a whole
Mm.
other discussion. But I am really excited to see more. I think this episode was fucking killer. I think it is the best looking JoJo's has been in a while. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'm fucking pumped. Steel Ball Run, baby, all the way.
Okay. Sweet. I'm gonna,
Yeah,
yep, that's something I'm just gonna have to dig myself into, especially where it's just one episode too. Like just go
oh
watch it
yeah,
and see how it is.
yeah.
Mm.
I think you'll love
Okay.
it.
Cool. Oh, that's so exciting. Are you watching it? Did you watch it subbed or dubbed?
Can I watch this subbed or dubbed? I watched it dubbed. I watched it dubbed.
Okay.
I think.
Um, Fun fact, which is so weird and like happy for him for getting up and up in the world, but Diago is voiced by Damien Haas from Smosh.
Ha!
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yep. The more I'm pretty sure it's Diago.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, so fun
Huh,
fact there. So
that's wicked. I did not know that at
mm,
all. Well, thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
Um, I don't have a transition for this one because I don't know this movie.
Okay.
You transition. Go for it.
Right. Oh, okay. I want to talk about so I was hemming and hawing about what I was going to talk about because as we talked about this month wasn't that great when it comes to like watching stuff. And I was going to talk to you about the Conjuring universe because I do like those movies, even the bad ones, and I watched them like 3 times through, like all 8 movies 3 times through. But then I started just throwing on a bunch of random movies, and one of the ones that I threw on was Thelma and Louise. And this movie has been on my radar for like ever. Like this is known as like a classic, like Susan Sardanis. I can never remember the name of the other woman, and I feel so bad. But hold on, let me look it up really
And
quick.
Ken claims to
Um,
love women.
I know.
Unbelievable.
And during my Pride Month, Gina Davis,
Gina Davis. Okay.
Gina Davis, and Susan Sarandon, and it is a fantastic movie. It is a classic for a reason. People love it for a reason. It's dramatic. It's hilarious. I think the acting is superb. So, have you ever heard of this movie before? Do you know anything
Hmm.
about this movie?
So, you told me about this movie. I wasn't sure if I had watched it, so I did search it up and kind of like read a bit of like the Wikipedia synopsis. I have seen this shit referenced in a million
Yes.
things. I learned that
Yes.
Ridley Scott directed it.
Yes.
I think there's some interesting like production shit about this movie too that I don't necessarily remember. I think I read it somewhere. But like this seems like a really interesting movie that I do want to check out
I think you would love it, and you should watch it with Meg because it's one that I think Meg would also really enjoy.
for sure.
But the premise of it is these 2 women. This one is a like Susan Sarandon plays this single woman who works as a waitress and is friends with Gina Davis, who is married to this shitty man and is just being a housewife because this is the I think pretty sure this movie came out in the 80s.
91, I think I read.
91. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, like, so, like, there's still that, discussion around women being housewives. I mean, it
100%.
forever will be.
Yeah.
Anyways, but, and so it's them planning this weekend trip, and Gina didn't ask her husband if they could, and she just decides, fuck it. And so they go on this weekend to go, they're supposed to go to some cabin or something. But they get bored and they stop at this bar, and they have a couple drinks and whatever, and this guy gets involved And let's just say that some things attempt to happen, and to
Mm.
stop those things from happening, a man gets killed. Who's to blame? Who's to blame?
Not the man, of
I don't
course.
know. Not the man.
No,
Of course, it's
God
these
forbid.
women's fault. So they're like, holy shit, we can't, we gotta go. And so we just follow this journey of these two women who just experienced this trauma from this guy, who are running away from a crime that they did commit. Like, at the end of the day, like, a man was shot. Like, yeah, that's a case. But they just run, and they just keep running, and it just explores this whole like the idea of like feminine identity and
Mm.
like the self, and like, you know, those, and also just the politics around being a woman, and like the bodily autonomy of a woman, and like, yeah, just watching these two women who were stuck in these you know, molds, and are trying to do whatever, and just with the freedom of this one choice that they made, and they're like, we have to break free from it, and all of a sudden they see this place outside of society, and just watching them flourish in a way, but also like trying to figure it out and get through it. It's just, it's beautiful. And like their friendship, like to come through it all too, is beautiful. And how like they fight and all of these things, and they have a lot of arguments or whatever, because they're both very different people, and they're dealing with the situation very differently. But seeing them like Susan starts off being the very confident one, being like, we have to do this, and this. And Gina's the one who's like left rattled
Mm.
and doesn't know what to do with herself. But then like the roles start to reverse, because things start getting too stressed out, that Susan starts not knowing what to do, but Gina just starts getting locked in and is like, wait a second, we're good at this. Give me your money. Like, gets so into it. But if I'm being so honest, one of my favorite aspects of this film was the acting of the male, like how the male actors acted, because
Okay.
they acted so, they ensured to really like over characterize certain like male personas. So like the husband is a grade A piece of shit, but the way it's just pure comedy. All of the men are pure comedy,
Mm.
except for that one scene where they took it very seriously, and like it was scary and it was whatever.
Yeah.
But once like just the way that they treated, and it was just, it's such a great dichotomy, and a great way to play it, of like, yeah, these are the people that they're running away from. These are the people who are in charge of their lives, who are in charge of their bodies, who are telling them what they can and cannot do, and that's the people that they have to convince that they're not in the wrong for this.
Mm.
And like, and I don't know, it's just a really, it's a good cop chase. It's a good, you know, it's like Bonnie and Clyde, if Bonnie and Clyde were two women, and you know, had to deal with some shit, and a lot more funny.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I again, I read the premise, I read some of the summary, and it does sound like something I would enjoy a lot, especially like that character development that comes from such a obviously traumatic situation, but also like the bond that kind of forms from that trauma too.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, and
it's
I'm
so
sure
good.
like in points the comedy to be had there as well, just
Yeah,
within the yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
and the comedy is very purposeful, but
yeah,
like, yeah, just how like some of them act, it's just like, I just really appreciate it, because I was like, you're clearly playing this over the top to make the point
for sure.
of it, right? And yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic. I mean, again, the ending to that movie is like really.
Yes.
I feel like I knew this ending before I knew what the movie was like.
Yeah.
And it again, not having watched it, even just the thought of that ending like hits home. Like
Yeah.
that's yeah, it's impactful even just having read like the little snippets on Wikipedia
Yeah.
about it. Like it
Oh,
yeah.
it's beautiful, and it was such a fun, I love it when that happens to me with movies, where I'm just throwing shit on. I don't care what I'm watching. I'm
Mhm.
throwing on shitty movies that have been kind of in my radar, and then I just throw one on that just grabs my attention, and it's just so good, and I just can't put it down. And yeah, just that ending too, of like, yeah, I love that ending. And like, I also just love those narratives, because of course I do, as somebody who grew up presenting as a woman, and does not necessarily conform to a bunch of ideals that people assume women should be,
Mhm.
not being a woman at all. And and just seeing like it's just such a powerful message of just like be yourself, do what you got to do. Like at the end of the day, like is it worth is the facade worth it? Is the
Yeah.
mask and pretending and fitting into this mold truly worth it?
What you're saying is
And I like that.
this needs to be the film that everybody watches for Pride Month.
Honestly, yeah.
This is
Women kiss. So go watch.
this is the Pride Month film, everybody.
This
I'm
is the
telling
Pride
you
Month
right
film.
now. Chief
Yeah.
Gaze here telling you. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah,
That's
no,
me.
I'm really excited to see this. This looks like something again. Let's right up my fucking alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Yay.
There's only one more thing on our list, which I think is fine. I feel like we've been going for a while. Maybe
We
we haven't
have
been.
been.
Um,
I don't know.
I have no idea. But that's
Oh
okay.
yeah. One of our shorter bouts, I think, but
Yeah,
it's still a good. We've been going.
yeah, certainly. And I'm only going to talk briefly about this too, and then we can kind of get into our recommends for next month.
Mm-hmm.
But so I talked a little bit earlier. We talked a little bit about the Zelda remake and how I brought up the point that it kind of feels like they're kind of doing this Ocarina of Time remake because maybe, just maybe, they don't really have that many ideas that kind of go past what they did with like Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least are to that scope, which people will now expect now out of Zelda forever and ever and ever. Um, there is a game that came out very recently, like last week or the week before, that takes a lot of like the classic Zelda shit and perfects it in almost every way.
Oh,
Ken,
what is it?
have you heard of Mina the Hollower?
Mina the Hollower.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Do you remember the game Shovel Knight?
Yep.
Okay. So Shovel Knight was like a retro ass like 2D platformer in the vein of like Mega Man, kind of had a bit of Castlevania to it. Uh
Uh-huh.
and the studio that made that worked on Mina the Hollower for fucking years. Mina the
Yes.
Hollower is a retro style, very much looks like Link's Awakening style graphics is what everybody's saying, which is true.
Yep.
It's like a 2D Zelda game type thing where you're a little mouse having to go repair these towers while like engrossed in some of the hardest combat I've ever had to deal with, some of the roughest platforming I've ever had to deal with in a video game, all
Wow.
within this nice little Zelda package of there being like, oh, there's this town you go to, you collect items, oh, you do this and that, and it's like it's everything I've always wanted. It's
I
perfect.
I just looked up like just quickly to look up like the images of it.
Yep.
It looks so cute with
It's
like the
adorable.
little like mace, like what or
Yeah.
like Morning Star or whatever. Like that's so
It's
awesome.
cool. It's got that Zelda DNA in terms of like the dungeons and like
Yes.
kind of like the character quests and stuff like that. It has a lot of Castlevania isms about it where it's like you have sub weapons and like your weapons change out now and again. I guess it's more like the Egovania stuff, but like you have this. I've personally been using the whip weapon, and like it's
Oh,
it's it's really hard. It's not for everybody. Some people are gonna get really pissed off with this game. Um, I'm about
this was made for you.
it was. I'm about halfway through, and the difficulty keeps ramping up. I do find myself getting better at the game as I play, but
Mhm.
there's also so much. This game is humongous for what it is. I never expected it to be this big.
Okay, cool.
So, like, even when you're done the game, there are modifiers in game that allow you to change, like, it allows you to randomize items or make shit harder. There's like 20 plus modifiers just in this menu that you can activate at any time to make things harder or easier to like I said, randomize items, to do this or that, make your jump a double jump. It's fucked. It's
That's
insane.
really That's really cool. And I think it's really smart of developers now to be able to especially to keep the longevity of their game, to give people those modification options like
Oh yeah,
right away. Like once you beat the main game, then you have full access and you can do whatever you want, kind of thing.
a hundred
Because that's
percent.
because there's people like you who there just reaches a point where the game's going to get boring and you don't care and you want the challenge, you want that difficulty,
Mhm.
or else you're never going to touch it again. And that's just awesome. That sounds really cool, and it sounds like a game that I would pick up and I would like, and then I would get to the point where it gets too hard, and then I never play it again.
Yeah. Thankfully, yeah, it looks like you can put it on kind of like some easy mode modifications to like,
Cool.
if you aren't about that, you totally can bypass it. But honestly, like even besides the randomizer options, like I'm excited to play it again because you can go to like any of the six. I mean, there are like six main areas. There's sub areas leading to them and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Again, very like I'll say it's kind of like Dark Souls 2 in a way.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. But like, my first comparison point for everything. Um, but
Always.
it's you can do them, and as far as I know, you can do them in pretty much any order. So, like,
Okay.
what do you want to prioritize? Is there an item in this area that you really want to go get that you feel like you should do right off the hop, even though the enemies are going to be a bit harder? Sure. Maybe you just run through it, not kill anything, and try your best. Like, there's. Oh, I'm excited for the pathing when it comes to like a second, third, fourth, fifth playthrough. Like, I'm excited to learn everything this game has because it is that in depth. I've been going no spoilers. Like, I haven't been
Hmm.
watching or reading anything. I've just been playing, and it's been
Hmm.
fucking fantastic. But I cannot wait to break into that wiki. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude. That sounds awesome. And like it's
Yeah.
just so cool to hear you be so excited for like a brand new video game that is while maybe packaged in like a similar classic that you know, but it's a completely new IP. It's
Mm-hmm.
a completely new game. And like that's it, super exciting. I'm gonna have to keep that on my radar. Maybe see if any of
Yeah.
the let's players I watch play it or something like
Oh,
that to
I'm
get a good
I'm
idea.
sure they happen or they will. Like even though I compared it to kind of like that Link's Awakening style, it looks like that, but it's I've never played a game quite like this, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's very different in so many ways. But it's also only 23 bucks Canadian, something like that. It is very cheap, just
Oh,
like Shovel
that's
Knight.
not bad at all.
Cheap as fuck game. I
Oh,
only learned about it like 2 days before it came out. I saw it pop
okay.
up on my Steam page, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool."
Ah,
Oh, what happened? Oh, it
ah,
died a little bit. Okay, there we go.
ah,
Uh,
ah.
but nonetheless, yeah, I'm utterly fascinated by this game. I've been playing a lot of it. I
That's
cracked like 20 hours into it over like one weekend. I love it.
that's awesome. That
Yeah,
sounds really good.
yeah. But that's all I got to say on it. Really, I encourage people to check it out. It's a real fun one.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. That's like a really, I don't know, it's just so refreshing to hear. And like, I don't know, retro style games and like that bit style game has been still been very popular, of course. But I don't
Hmm.
know that even looking at that, because bit games don't necessarily reach out to me all the time anymore. I'm very particular. I just don't play a lot of video games now, so like when I do, I just play very specific ones.
Yeah,
But this one sounds intriguing. You might even have me tickled a little bit about it.
yeah. It's worth giving a shot. And if you got to use the easy mode, use the easy mode. Whatever. Who cares? Nobody's watching.
Abs- Absolutely.
Um, But I mean, with that being said, Meg did just pass me my supper, which looks like to be some kind of pesto Alfredo thing that I'm
Ooh,
excited to dig into. So let's get to our
classic.
recommendations, shall we?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you have recommended for me?
I think you should go first.
Honestly, my main recommendation, I think, is Thelma and Louise.
Okay.
I think that's just the main one. I'm gonna double check and make sure, but like, I want
Thank you.
to. One second. I don't need to be yelling this entire time. Yeah, it's Thelma and Louise. It's a great movie, and I think you would love it. And there's no real music that I think that I listen to. Oh, yes. There is one album that I would like you to
Mm.
listen to. It's an
Okay.
EP, and I just It's an EP that just randomly showed up on my feed, and I really like it, and it gives me like Bjork meets Fiona Apple meets like indie, like recent indie, like rock slash pop alternative kind of vibes. But it's called "Are We Friends Yet?" question mark by 1,000 Rabbits.
Okay, I feel like that might have popped up on something of mine as well. I will give that a listen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting little EP. It sounds really cool. It uses some like orchestra instruments that I think is very interesting, but also keeps that like there's a electronic sound to it as well. But yeah, and like I said, like there's that bit of that like Bjork slash Fiona Apple vibe that I get from them too. And I don't know, it's just really interesting, and I'd love to know your thoughts.
Yeah, for sure. Um,
Mm.
Meg is behind me feeding the cats. Hilarious. It gives me screaming for food.
Always.
So kind of, we got to get serious for a moment here.
Okay. Oh no.
Kendall, I feel like you've lost your way a little bit.
Oh no.
You've lost your way.
In what way?
Maybe it was, I hate to blame any one specific thing, but maybe it was moving to St. John's. Maybe something scrambled in your brain a little bit, and you just haven't really been able to get back there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Something's just not really clicking anymore.
No.
So I think we kind of got to bring you back.
Okay.
We got to bring you back to Scotia.
Nova Scotia?
We got to bring you back to Nova Scotia. And there's only one way I know how to do this.
And how are you doing that?
Kendall, not only are you going to watch your Eurovision that you,
Yep.
again,
Yes, I will be
completely
watching the
failed,
Eurovision. Yep.
you're going to be watching seasons 3 and 4 of Trailer Park Boys.
See, seasons 3 and 4, and
Seasons
just
3 and 4.
okay. And my
They're short
question
seasons.
is,
Yep.
okay, awesome, because I've watched Trailer Park Boys before, but I've never like sat down and watched Trailer Park Boys.
Sure.
So it's okay. Well, I'm sure it's whatever, but like I don't need to watch like season 1 and 2 before you just want me to just dive right into 3
If
and
you
4.
want to watch seasons 1 and 2, absolutely go for it. Seasons 3 and 4 have like by far the best episodes of the series, in my opinion.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
absolutely like just start at season 3, go to the end of season 4, and be okay.
Okay. Do you know what? Honestly, that's what I'm gonna do, because I know like one of the struggles that I have with It's Always Sunny is like I feel like if I started it in the middle of the series, I would have kept watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like with Trailer Park Boys, it would be the same thing where like those first couple of episodes are just really gonna make me not.
Yeah,
It's it's a special brand.
Yeah, the first season in particular, I mean, we'll talk about it next month, obviously, but like it's a very different thing from what it becomes.
Yes.
But yeah, let's bring you back to Nova Scotia. Let's see if we can fix whatever made you miss Eurovision.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Do you want this affair? Can I ask you? I just want to ask one question, and then you
Sure.
go and eat your supper.
Absolutely.
Why? What made you think about getting me to watch Trailer Park after all of these years?
Okay,
Why
so
now to get me to watch Trailer Park Boys?
do you want me to be completely honest?
Yes.
This has been in my back pocket the whole fucking time, baby.
I believe
Back
that.
pocket.
I believe that.
Kendall, where can people find you?
Oh, people can find me on Instagram and Substack, and I don't know if there's anything else. Those are the main ones, under Sir Florence K. And you can also find me. I was going to make a joke, but I lost the bet. So you can find me there. I haven't posted my monthly stuff for Substack yet, but that will be maybe coming, maybe not. Yeah, I guess you'll just have to subscribe and find out.
Mm-hmm.
And where can we find you, Mr. B?
For me, you can find me. I write for thecoast.ca. Weekly articles, typically. I do their newsletter every morning and have been for a while. I also run this lovely YouTube channel. This is probably posted too, that I will eventually post other things to at some point when I have time and effort and well-being. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Blue Sky. You can also find me roaming around in Leviathan, Final Fantasy 14. My name is Bubblegum Bazooka. Level 49. Let's fucking go. Let's squad up, boy.
Nice.
That's all I got.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for shooting the shit with me today, Brendyn.
Thanks for shooting the shit. See you next month.
See you next month.